Velocity versus Vulcan, I'd first like to welcome Dignitas support Patoy to the desk. First of all, congratulations on an exciting win. It was a game that was extremely action-packed. We heard you guys talking there, yelling which champion to go for. How is it playing in a game with so many kills all the time? You know, you had a composition that worked around it, but how does your team handle that pressure?
The game pretty much was just like any of our regular scrims against CLG. It just goes completely haywire and different from just normal games. There's always like 3 times as many kills as normal and just a bunch of random crap that happens.
So why do you think that happens against COG in particular?
We do a bunch of stupid stuff in scrims. We just do anything that even remotely sounds good, even though it's not, and then it just goes crazy.
Would you describe that matchup in a similar vein? Because it seemed like you guys were making the right decisions. You played for Baron fairly early on, got that one without losing anything, which is very un-Dignitas-like, and managed to work that out. Would you still say it was as chaotic and exciting, or poor decision-making?
It was a little bit on the poor decision-making side on both teams, and it was, of course, just chaotic. I'm not exactly sure what snowballed it, but I just know it had something to do with the Vayne, so I don't know.
Yeah, you were able to kill Vayne pretty easily with Scarra's Kassadin seemingly again and again, not to mention your crescendos that came through. That Kassadin pick is something we haven't seen from Scarra really that much at all, and you last picked it. Why was this the time to pick Kassadin and bring it out?
I told Scarra that with the new door and shield change, it's like the best level 1 item ever, so he should try it mid, and then even if he gets 2v1, it's alright, because it's just that good of an item. And then he ended up going against an AD carry anyway, so once he got the ramp up going, he just went crazy and just started killing everyone.
How important was the teleport bottom lane? We seen the matchup of coming up against Chowster and Double Lift. It was trading back and forth, but that level 4 teleport from Scarra, did it really set you up to take control of that lane at all?
Yeah, that snowballed us a lot. They went for the support in an early skirmish, which is typically never good, and they got punished for it, and then from there it just went out of control for them.
All right, and even moving on, we had a stat before this game that COG was 6-1 after losses, almost kind of leading to their inconsistency, but you guys as well have had a pretty up and down season. What is contributing to you guys being so hit or miss in these games?
It's my best guess it's just a few people's personal play. Like Crumbz is in a slump, everyone's in a slump, and the way we play is not the way that leads up to actually winning games due to them being in a slump. But we just try to push our advantage with me and Cutie and just go from there. But once they're out of their slump, it's going to be less reliant on me and Cutie.
So what steps are you guys taking then to get those players out of their slumps?
We just have to take it slow. They just have to make their own comfort zone again, because right now I don't think they have one. And once they get comfortable on champions, just all the little things basically will just be like our old team again.
How important is in-game decision-making then from the players? You've highlighted who you feel is not performing up to par. Do you and Cutie Pie step up then and start saying, well, let's not do that, let's push this objective, let's do this, for example? Do you have a louder voice now in the team in-game?
Ever since we've been in a slump since last split, we've tried to step up a little bit more to pick up, but lately we've been stepping down because they have been picking up, but they're still really in a slump, and I believe they'll get back up, and then once they do, we'll just have to stop and then play a regular game. And
you guys actually have another game against CLG next week. Can we expect the same type of craziness, or is it going to be another one of those 70-minute matches?
It's probably going to be crazy. I hope they play Pantheon jungle again. I just hope it's just a bunch of wild picks, so it should be fun.
All right, for the last question then going into this, how does Dignitas prepare now looking towards playoffs? How do you balance preparing for your last matches in the LCS split, as well as maybe looking internationally if you make it through the playoff stage?
Ever since I've joined, we've always been an international team technically, so when we got into slump, I got really depressed, and I've just been trying to pick the team back up again. So it's really hard to look forward into international again until we pick back up as just a regular team again. So I'm just focusing on just getting back up to par again.
All right. Best of luck with that and for all your future games. Congratulations again on the win. All right, guys, coming into this summer, a lot of people didn't believe that Vulcan was as good as their third place finish in